Folks, it's me again, Mick Cooper, 51 years old, from Sheffield in the UK, on my very own bariatric gastric sleeve journey. My operation is booked for the 14th of November, so fingers crossed. Before I start, if you do like these videos, click on the link at the end, give me a like, give me a comment. You know, it'd be lovely to hear from you. I'm on Instagram as well as Mr_Boom_Gastric. There's not a lot on there yet, but you by all means follow me. But today is an unplanned update, but it might help people that are considering having this same procedure as me, as to what to expect before you have the surgery. So I hope this helps. As you'll know if you've seen these videos that I've done before, the idea was I was starting the liver shrinkage diet this coming Monday, the 31st of October. But because there were some problems with my blood results that I had when I saw my dietitian, she said it would be, favourable to me, and more likely that the surgery would go ahead if I started it a week earlier. So I started it last Monday. I wasn't mentally prepared for it. I wasn't really prepared with the food that I'd got in, even though I'd started to cut stuff down a little bit. But what's really, really shocked me about this diet is, one, how bad my portion control was before I started it. So these are the plates that I am currently using. Small plates. Look at that one. It's a Toy Story plate. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciated. These are like the maximum size that I'm allowed to have food on. So for my lunch, for example, I've been having chicken, 75 grams of chicken, and I've had salad, green salad with a little bit of pepper, 4 cherry tomatoes, bit of onion, bit of celery, and that's it. Like 2 Rivitas with it. For my tea, I've been having a very similar combination, but 75 grams of meat, a few veg, 50 grams of potato, and again, that's it. Nothing much else than that. And then I can have a sugar-free jelly if I want one, and as much tea and coffee. I take the allowance out of my 1 pint a day milk, so it's pretty much bang on 800 calories that I'm eating every day. But it just highlights how big my portions were before, because I had these huge plates that were like this size, and I'd pile them up. And that is, I wouldn't say it's conditioning, but it's what I've got used to over the years with the various diets that I've done, where you're encouraged to eat huge amounts of healthy food and fill up. Now, as I've said in previous videos, that's all well and good when it's going good, but when you've got issues with food like I obviously have, the gargantuan portions that I were having weren't really helping. So first of all, the portion control, that really shocked me out, how little I'd got. But it led on to a few other things that have cropped up this week that had really started to make me think. My first day doing the liver shrinkage diet didn't really have that much of an effect on me, mainly because I'd started it halfway through the day, so I'd really got half a day on it. The second day, the portion control was very strict. I'd got this constant feeling of hunger, but nothing much else than that. The third day, I started to feel a little bit more tired, and I just put that down to purely the fact that I'm having 800 calories, where on an average day I'd probably be taking anything from 4,000 to 7,000, which it's horrific basically, but that's how bad my eating had got. And I'd put this tiredness and almost just not feeling like I wanted to do anything. I just put it down to that. I also put it down to my head and not being fully prepared to start the diet a week early. So yesterday was my fourth day on the diet, and I felt all right. I didn't feel unwell, and at the night, probably about what half 5, me and my mate Wayne went to gym. We always go to the gym. You know, that's what we like doing. Exercise is part of my life, and I miss doing decent exercise. But we went, and all we did, we walked on the treadmills for just about half an hour, no more than that, just on a slight incline, which normally I would cope with easily. Um, my personal trainer Musa, he once said to me during a session where I was doing boxing, he said, "Mick, you know, for a big lad, you've got some cardio," and I have. I've always been able to hold my own with cardio, but we finished the walking, and I was done. I mean, literally, I was knackered, and then we went back. We had a sauna, which in hindsight probably wasn't a good idea. I came out of the sauna, I felt lightheaded, I felt a little bit disorientated, um, dizzy. I just didn't feel great, and I went home. I thought this is probably down to my blood sugar dropping, so I took my blood sugar, and it is doing what it's supposed to do. My blood sugar readings were off the scale when I started doing this liver shrinkage diet. You know, it's like I was on 11.5, 12.5, which is way over. You know, that's like, you know, basically saying you need to talk to your diabetic nurse and get it reduced. Um, Last night when I took it, it was 7.4. Then again later on, it was 6.9. So it's coming down, which is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. But I wasn't prepared for how this diet is making me feel physically. So I dug a little deeper. You know, this wonderful tool that we've got, the internet and Google, you can find a lot of answers out to a lot of questions, and I managed to answer a couple of questions that I'd got. This morning, woke up, Friday morning, um, I'd got to go over to my dad's, do his dinner. I felt all right. I felt a little bit lightheaded still, nothing major, but I pulled up outside my dad's and started walking down his path, and everything just started to spin round. And I thought, what am I going to do here? I've got to do his dinner, then I've got to drive home, then I've got to come to work, and you know it's quite a scary thought, and I just toughed it out, got my head cleared, got some fresh air, and after I'd given my dad his dinner, I drove home. It wasn't until I got here tonight and I've got a little bit of time on my hands that I did some research, and what's actually happening in my body, because I'm used to eating these huge piles of carbohydrates and fats and sugars, and now I'm not. And the idea of this diet is it shrinks your liver. Now, your liver is full of something called glycogen, which is also found in your muscles, and it's like an energy. So for a start, there's like ding, ding, ding. The reason I'm feeling like crap is all this has been used, which is my energy reserves, because I'm not taking carbohydrates in. My body is effectively going into what's known as ketosis. You'll have heard of the keto diet. It's very similar to that. What I wasn't expecting was other bizarre side effects. Now, yesterday I went to my most hated place, the dentist. And I went in, and the dentist, my usual dentist, wasn't available. So I saw this other guy, and he was great. And he says, "You've got a bit of bad breath going on," and you know, to say my teeth they're not the greatest. I do have uh, fairly good oral hygiene, and I don't get bad breath. But I'd got this bad breath, and he says, "Have you started taking any medication? Could it be something like that?" Turns out, after researching tonight, that one of the side effects of the liver shrinkage diet, and when your body goes into ketosis or ketosis, whatever you call it, I don't know, is bad breath. So I've got bad breath, I've got a headache, I feel dizzy, my muscles ache, but you know what? I'm doing this for one reason and one reason only. I need to be in the best physical shape with the least amount of fat and sugar or whatever it is in my liver that shrinks it to a point where they can do this surgery so I can move on with the rest of my life. At the moment, I will be quite honest with you. This diet that I'm on is absolutely horrific. I am constantly hungry. I'm constantly tired. I really don't feel well. But it's, it's part of a longer thing, isn't it? It's the beginning of a journey. Everyone that's had this procedure or any sort of laparoscopic procedure will have gone on this kind of diet, and they will have probably felt the same. Now, whether they researched it, I don't know, but I chose to research it, and at least I know why I feel crap. These effects should go over the weekend, early next week. Fingers crossed. I know the weight is coming off. I don't know how much, but I can feel, even like 5 days in, this is crazy. 5 days in, I can feel a difference. But I am pleading with people that are watching this, that aren't on the gastric sleeve, gastric bypass journey. Please do not do this diet. Do not think Mick's lost X amount of weight, which I'll reveal on Monday when I've been to the hospital. Mick's lost this weight. If he can do it, I can do it. Unless you are medically supervised on this diet and you're doing it for a reason, for a surgical reason, it's not healthy. It's not sustainable. You cannot do it for a long period of time. Enough of my ramblings and rantings. That's just a quick update, but I don't really do quick updates, do I? Have a great weekend. I'll post a video up Monday or Tuesday about what happens when I go and have my pre-op assessment. So please keep your fingers crossed, because if they say, I'm sorry, Mick, you're not in a good enough state, they'll cancel the operation. I'm pretty certain they won't, but you never know. So keep watching, keep in touch, click the subscribe button, please leave a like, and once again, thank you for the plate, Dawn. I love it. Be seeing you.